Imagine a time of vast, open steppes, where the wind whispers tales of great migrations and legendary leaders. This is the story of the Kayı, a tribe of Oghuz Turks, and their visionary chieftain, Suleman Shah. Our journey begins in the heart of Central Asia, around the late 12th century. The Kay, renowned for their courage and horsemanship, lived a nomadic life, their world defined by felt tents, thundering hooves, and the unbreakable bonds of kinship. Life was harsh but free, governed by ancient traditions and the wisdom of tribal councils. Suleman Shah, a leader of immense charisma and foresight, guided his people through these unforgiving lands. He wasn't just a warrior, he was a father to his tribe, his gaze always fixed on the horizon, dreaming of a permanent homeland, a place where his people could finally put down roots and flourish. But a storm was gathering in the east, a force unlike any seen before. The Mongol hordes swept across the continent like a raging fire. Their expansion was relentless, their power overwhelming. Empires that had stood for centuries crumbled before them. The mighty Khwarezmian Empire, a bastion of power in the region, was one of the first to fall, its cities sacked, its armies scattered. The shockwaves of this conquest reached every corner of Central Asia. For nomadic tribes like the Kay, this meant a world turned upside down. Pastures became battlefields, trade routes were severed, and the very fabric of their existence was threatened. There was no standing against such a force. The choice was stark: submit and be absorbed, or flee and survive. Faced with this existential threat, Suleman Shah made a fateful decision. He would not let his people be crushed by the Mongol tide. He gathered his council and with a heavy heart declared that they must leave their ancestral lands. Their survival depended on it. Thus began one of the great migrations in Turkic history. It was a monumental undertaking, a river of people and livestock flowing west, driven by hope and fear. They were searching for a sanctuary, a new homeland far from the reach of the Mongols. This exodus was a testament to the tribe's resilience and Suleman Shah's leadership. He was their compass, navigating them through treacherous terrain, hostile territories, and the constant threat of attack. His vision was their guiding star, a safe haven in the fabled lands of Anatolia, a place they could call their own. The journey was long and arduous, testing the limits of their endurance. They traveled for years, their nomadic skills honed to perfection. They set up camp, grazed their flocks, and moved on, always pushing westward. Along the way, Suleman Shah's reputation as a wise and just leader grew. He forged temporary alliances, navigated complex political landscapes, and kept the tribe's spirit alive through sheer force of will. He taught his sons, including the young Ertugrul, what it meant to lead, to protect, and to sacrifice for their people. Every decision he made, every risk he took, was for the future of the Kay. He instilled in them a sense of destiny, a belief that they were bound for greatness, that their struggles would one day lead to a glorious new beginning. Finally, after a perilous trek across deserts and mountains, they reached a legendary landmark, the mighty Euphrates River. This great river was more than just a physical barrier. It was a symbolic threshold. Crossing it meant leaving the old world behind and stepping into the new. It was the final, decisive step towards their dream of a home in Anatolia. The tribe gathered at its banks, a mixture of exhaustion and anticipation filling the air. The water flowed strong and deep, a final challenge from nature before they could claim their prize. It was here, at this crucial moment, that tragedy struck as he led his warriors across the powerful currents. Suleman Shah, the great leader, who had guided them so far, was swept away by the river and drowned. The loss was devastating. The man who was their rock, their guide, their inspiration was gone. The tribe was plunged into grief and uncertainty, their dreams suddenly feeling hollow and distant. At this moment of crisis, when despair could have easily fractured the tribe, another great leader emerged. Haymana, Suleman Shah's widow, and a woman of incredible strength and wisdom, stepped forward. She refused to let her husband's dream die with him. Rallying the grieving tribe, she honored his vision by making the difficult decision to turn back, to lead her people towards the safety of Anatolia, the very land her husband had sought for them. His body was laid to rest in a tomb near the river, a place that would become known as the Turks' grave, a sacred site forever marking the final journey of their great chieftain. Though Suleman Shah never set foot in the homeland he envisioned, his spirit, his courage, and his sacrifice paved the way. He planted the seeds of an empire, a legacy that his son Ertugrul and his grandson Osman would nurture into the mighty Ottoman Empire. His story is the foundation, the epic first chapter in a saga that would change the course of world history. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as we do, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tales of legendary leaders and epic migrations. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next episode, where we follow the journey of Ertugrul as he leads the Kayı into Anatolia. See you next time.